Flat.
Good evening, everyone. Shall we start our session?
Good
Good evening.
evening, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, very good evening. Today we are going to discuss a topic that is, it's little bit, it's critical to every engineering discipline. But communication and safety awareness in engineering practice, this sessions it falls under engineering safety management subjects, which focused on how the engineers can prevent accident, ensure the workplace safety, and protect both people and equipment. Why this topic is important, especially why that engineering it's focused on that communication part, because that as engineers your works goes beyond design, constructions, or operation of the systems. Every decisions you make has on impact on safety, healthy, and the environment. Studies shows that a significant number of workplace accident are caused not by it's a faculty equipment but by miscommunication, the lack of awareness or negligence. So therefore understanding how to communicate safety effectively and fostering the awareness is on important as technical skills. Before start the sessions, I just want to be clearly just understanding. I feel like that many of the students only to join in that attendance purpose. I feel like that. I don't know it's true or not. But anyway, the end of the sections, I'm just to be asked few MCQ questions, but it's everything. It's to covering their syllabus, I mean the content of our sections. So I hope that everyone want to be participate. Okay, so please listen the sessions in between. Also, if you having any doubt, please just unmute and ask that clarifications. Okay. But the if go for one way communications, definitely it's getting classes also bore. If you want, please any discussions or clarification also, please in between also, just to be I'm just to be appreciated. Anyone, if you want, please ask any questions. Okay. So I want you to think about this. How many of you have seen accident or near misses in your practical labs, workshop, or project sites that could have been prevented if information had been communicated clearly? So, today we will see how communication and safety awareness are the backbone of preventing such. So, let's Let's start with our first topic. It's introduction. Safety is a critical responsibility of engineers. So we will see why communication is essential and how the engineers play a key role in preventing hazards. Safety is a critical responsibility of engineers. Everyone should be agree, right? So as engineers, our responsibility does not end with design, constructions, some operating of these systems, even to work on the code, everything. So apart from that, we are ethically and professionally responsible for ensuring that people, equipment, especially environment remain safe. So whether it is a civil engineers is designing a building, a mechanical engineers it's operating their machinery, or that electrical engineers it's handling their high voltage systems, safety must always be the first priority. So for example, if a machine is technically efficient but unsafe to operate, na, it is considered a failed engineering solutions. So the many accidents occurs it's due to communication failure. So a large number of industrial accidents do not happen because of equipment failure, but due to miscommunication as well as that lack of communications. Example, that a shift engineers not informing the next shift about a machine defects, but that particular shift people it's known very well, but the problem is they do not informing the next shift people. So the workers not clearly understanding their safety instructions, then warning the sign not displayed properly. So for incidents in many factory accident, maintenance work was ongoing, but lockout, tag out information was not communicated properly, so it's leading to accidental machine startup. Another thing is the effective communications improve safety awareness. When the safety information is communicated clearly as well as regularly, the employees become more aware of hazards and a safe workplace practice. So, toolbox talks before starting their work, then clear safety sign and a symbol should be pasted, then written SOP and permits. So the regular toolbox talks at construction sites help the workers understand the risk it's related to working at heights, which significantly reduce the fall related accident, right? Then another thing is the engineers play a key role in preventing hazards. The engineers act as a link between management and workers. So they are responsible for identifying their hazards, explaining the risk, and ensuring their safety procedures are followed. The engineers must communicate the safety rules very clearly, then ensure the workers understand that instructions, take immediate actions on unsafe conditions. For example, if on engineers notice exposed electrical wiring, timely communication and corrective actions can prevent the serious electric shock or fire accident. So we can conclude for this slide now. So the effective communications it's combined with safety awareness, it's enable the engineers to prevent the accident and create a safe working environment. I hope that all are got it. Next, importance of safety communications. Prevent accident and injuries. The effective safety communications help prevent the accident by ensuring that everyone understands the risk involved in a task and the correct way to perform it. When the engineers clearly communicate safety instructions, the workers are less likely to make mistakes. For example, before maintenance work on heavy machinery, communicating lockout and tag out procedures, it's prevent the accidental machinery's startup, so thereby avoiding their serious injuries or that major accidents also. Then improve the understanding of hazards, that is one of the important, because the many hazards are not visible or obvious. So the safety communications help the engineers and workers recognize the hidden or potential hazards. So such as the electrical risk, the chemical exposure, or its a structural instability. For example, in construction projects, clearly communicating the danger zones near uh, its overhead work, it's help the workers, it stay alert and avoid the falling object or its cave ins. Then ensure the compliance with safety procedures. The clear communications ensure that safety rules, especially SOP and legal requirements, are understood and followed. So, when instructions are simple and regularly reinforced, the compliance improve. Yes, then example, it's displaying step by step safety procedures near electrical panels. It's ensure the engineers follow the proper isolations and grounding methods before starting the work. Then it's a build strong safety culture. A strong safety culture develop when safety is openly discussed and encouraged at all levels, not only for supervisor level, even that operational level peoples also want to be understand na? So it's very helpful for them. So the regular communication, it shows that safety is valued more than speed or productivity. uh, Example, when engineers it's regularly contact the toolbox talks, it's and encourage the workers to report near miss incident without fear. It's create the trust and promote a proactive strong mindset. So in effective safety communication not only prevent the accident but also create a culture where safety become a shared responsibility. Then it's a types of safety communications. The types is, first we can see that verbal communications. That is, the verbal communication is the most direct and commonly used from it's a form of safety communications at work sites. It's include the toolbox talks before starting their work, safety, little bit briefing, and on-site instructions given by engineers. So this type of communications allow immediate clarification and interactions to compare the written communications. Example, before beginning the welding work, engineers it's conduct a toolbox talks. It's explaining fire hazards, then PPE requirements and emergency actions. So the workers can ask the questions and clarify the doubts instantly. Then written communications. The written communications provide the permanent and reference-based safety informations. It's standard operating procedures, the SOP, the safety manuals, the work permits, and methods statements help ensure constantly and compliance. Example, a confined space entry permit, it clearly outlines oxygen level checks, then rescue procedures and authorizations. So it's ensure no steps is missed during the entry. Then visual communications. The visual communication is essential because it is little bit attractive also. Easily the opponent, the target people want to be understand. So the especially where the language or literacy barriers exist. So the safety sign, color coding, the symbols and posters, it's quickly convey the warnings and instructions also. uh, Example, danger, some high voltage, it's sign near electronic panels na? So immediately the alert engineers and workers to electrical hazards without the need for explanations. You know very well, nowadays, all many peoples are facing their language barriers, as well as that good workers also not having their that much of written communication knowledge, observing knowledge, because the oral communications normally need their very good observation. So many workers does not having their knowledge of observations, knowledge of understanding for written communication. So that much of communication, the visual communication is very much helpful for them for more understanding. Another thing is digital communications. Then the digital communication is increasingly used in modern engineering workplace. So the email, mobile safety apps, dashboards and SMS alert, it helps in sharing your safety updates quickly and widely. Example, the safety app can send the incident alert about gas leaks, it's a weather warning or emergency evacuation. So the instructions to all engineers on site. So each type of safety communication play a unique role, and effective safety managements require a combination of verbal, written and digital communications methods, even visual also. Then safety awareness for engineers. The awareness of workplace hazards, the safety awareness, it's begin with, it's identifying and understanding the hazards present in the workplace. The engineers must be alert to physical, electrical, chemical, mechanical, and environmental hazards during routine and non-routine activities. Example, the civil engineers, it's working at a construction site, must recognize the hazards such as, it's open evacuations, then unstable scaffolding and overhead lifting operations to prevent the falls or structural accidents. Then a proper use of personal protective equipment. The engineers must not only wear the PPE themselves, but also ensure that workers use the correct uh, PPE for each task, because the PPE act as the last line of defense against hazards. During the grinding or cutting operations, wearing the safety gloves, then under face shield, protect the engineers from flying particles and eye injuries. Then knowledge of safety rules and laws. The engineers should be aware of safety rules, company policies and statutory safety law applicable to their work. This knowledge it help ensure the compliance and prevent legal and ethical issues. Example, understanding electrical safety regulations, it's help the engineers follow proper isolation procedures, it's reducing the risk of electrical shock, as well as that fire hazards. Then a responsibility towards co-workers. The safety awareness is not on individual responsibility alone. Please code it, it's not on individual responsibility alone. The engineers must look out for the safety of their colleagues and workers. So the reporting unsafe act or conditions can prevent the accident. Example, if on engineers, it's notice a co-workers entering a confined space without proper authentications. So it's we want to be intervening immediately, can prevent the serious injury or fatal accidents. So the safety aware engineers protect not only themselves but also their co-workers and the organization as a whole. Then what is the role of engineers in safety? Because the design safe system and process, the engineers play a primary role in ensuring safety rights from the design stage, because the safe engineering design reduce the risk before work even begins. So this includes a proper selection of materials, equipment layouts, fail safe mechanisms, and safety margins also. So the mechanical engineers designing a machines include emergency stop buttons, proper guards, and interlocks to prevent the accidental contact with moving the part. So the communicate risk clearly. The engineers must clearly communicate the potential risk associated with task, machines, and process to workers and supervisors, because the clear communication help prevent the unsafe act and misunderstanding. Before starting electrical maintenance work, the engineers explain properly the risk of electric shocks, and it's arc flash, and communicate safe isolations and grounding procedures. Then contact safety training. The engineers are often responsible for conducting or supporting safety training programs or workshops, because these programs workshop each ensure that the workers understand the hazards, safety procedures, and emergency responses. Example, a chemical engineers, it's contact the regular training on safe chemical handling, spill responses, and use of material safety data sheets. So the monitor and improve these safety practices. Safety is an ongoing process. The engineers must continuously monitor the workplace conditions, identify the unsafe practices, and suggest the improvements. So the learning from near miss accidents help prevent the future accident. So the engineers observe repeated near miss incidents involving forklift and redesign traffic routes and signage to improve safety. So the overall engineers are the key drivers of workplace safety. It's through safe design, effective communication, continuous training, and ongoing improvements. So, okay. What is the barriers? Yes, what is the barriers to effective safety communications? Because that language and literacy issues also one of the, yes, major barriers it's involved. So in many engineering workplace, the workers come from different regions and different educational backgrounds also. So, if safety instructions are communicated in a language, so they do not fully understand, the message may be understood or ignored. So, example, at a construction site, if safety instructions are given only in English or in Hindi, while the workers understand only the local language. For example, if you take Maharashtra, the many of the workers only know is about their Marathi, so they may unknowingly violate safety rules, leading to accidents. Then another thing is, that is one barrier. Another thing is poor documentations, incomplete and outdated or unclear safety documentations. It's create the confusions and unsafe practices. If SOP or work permits are not permanently returned, right, it is or updated, the workers may follow incorrect procedures. So all SOP frequently want to be updated. Another thing is, all the SOPs, it's based on their work site, should be changed. So on outdated machine operations, manual may not mention that recent modifications are causing the operators to use the unsafe methods also. Then lack of feedbacks. Effective safety communications, it's required two-way interactions. When the workers are not encouraged to ask the questions, or it's a report safety concern, important information may be missed. So the workers notice a minor leakage but does not report it due to fear. Yes, so or lack of feedback channels, which later result in a major machinery failure. So the supervisors want to give that much of space to our under workers, yes, our subordinates, to freely to share their feedbacks. Otherwise, the feedbacks also one of the lack of feedbacks also one of the major barriers. Then time pressure and workload. It's a high protection production targets, and it's a tight deadlines. Often it's lead to skipping the safety briefing or ignoring safety procedures. So this pressures, it's reduce the attention to safety communications. Example, during the emergency repair work, the engineers may rush the task without proper safety communications, so increasing the risk of accident. So the overcoming these barriers is essential for ensuring that the safety communication is clear, effective and actionable. Then improving safety communications, it's a regular toolbox talks. Yes, the toolbox talks, or it's short or focused safety discussions. Yes, it's conducted before starting work, so they help refresh the safety knowledgeable and address the task specific hazards. Regular toolbox talks, it keeps safety at a forefront of daily activities. Example, before starting the work at height or ceiling, so the engineers the conduct a toolbox talks on fall hazards, proper use of uh, harness and safe access methods. Everything we want to be clearly communicate before starting the work. Then simple and clear instructions. The safety instructions should be simple, direct, and it's free from technical jargon where possible. Because that clear communication ensure that workers easily understand what to do and what not to do, so right. Then example, instead of giving complex written instructions, the engineers use the step by step verbal guidelines while demonstrating safety machines operations. Then use of visual aids. Some visual aid, it's such as poster, symbols, color codes and diagrams. It's help the communicate safety message so quickly and effectively, especially in noisy and multilingual environments. So the color coded pipelines in a chemical plant, it's helped the engineers and workers immediately to identify the hazardous substances and take the appropriate precautions, right? So These much of things the engineers only want to be think and implement. Then encourage the reporting of near misses. Near miss reporting help the identify the potential hazards before they cause serious accident. So the engineers should encourage open communication without blame or punishment. Example, if the worker nearly slip due to oil spillage or reported, the engineers can fix the issues and prevent the future injuries. So the effective safety communications improve when engineers promote regular interactions, clarity, visual supports, and open reporting systems. Then emergency communications, right? That clear alarms and warnings. uh, in emergency situations, the quick and clear communication is critical. So the alarms, sirens, flashing light, and a public address system must be easily recognizable and understood by everyone on site. Example,
काम हो रहा है किस तरह से भारतीय पासपोर्ट आपके लिए मुश्किल का सबब बन रहा है
uh, example in chemical plant, a distinct gas leakage alarm, it's allowed the engineers and workers immediately, allowing them to wear, it's respirators and move to safe zone without delay. Then emergency response plan. The emergency response plan provide clear instructions on what actions to take during the emergency, such as fire, explosions, that it's a chemical spill or electrical failure. The engineers must ensure these plans are communicated and understood in advance. Example, the fire emergency plan outlines who will operate for fire extinguisher na, so who will assist injured persons and whom to contact during the accident, everything. Then evacuations procedures, the clear evacuations procedures help the prevent the panic and confusions during emergencies. So the engineers must ensure that exit route, then assembly points and escape the instructions are clearly communicated and displayed. It's normally it's happen in the construction site, right? It's marked the emergency exit and distincted assembly points. They help the workers evacuated safety during the fire or structural some emergencies. Then regular mock drills, that is the mock drills test the effectiveness of emergency communications and preferredness. They help the engineers identify the gaps in communications and improve the response time. So the regular fire drills in industrial plants train the employees to respond calmly, then follow the evacuations routes, then assemble the safety when alarms are activated. So these much of things now, the effective emergency communications, it save life by ensuring quick, coordinated and well understood response during the critical situations. Then here that I'm just giving one example here for your little more understanding about their communications. So the poor shift handover, yes, the accident caused by poor shift handover, the shift handover or a critical time when the important safety informations, it's must be passed from one team to the next. So the poor handover, it can result in misunderstanding, it's missed hazards and unsafe actions. Example, in a manufacturing plant, a night shift engineers notice the leakage of pipes but does not communicate it to the next, I mean incoming morning shift people. So the next team unknowingly continue the productions. It's leading to a major leak, or it's a potential injuries. So and then missing the safety information also. The safety critical details such as equipment status, ongoing maintenance, or a hazards warning may be overlooked if the handover is incomplete or informal. You just to think that, yeah, the mechanical engineers fail to mention that a machinery emergency stop button is malfunctioning. So how the next shift operate the machines normally, risking operating injury, right? Then proper communications could prevent the incident. It's a structured handover protocols, clear documentations, the checklist, and the verbal briefing can prevent the accident by ensuring the next shift is fully aware of hazards. Example, it's implementing a handover checklist that includes safety issues, ongoing repairs, and pending inspections can prevent the miscommunication and reduce the accident. So in case highlight that effective communications, especially during shift changes, is essential for preventing their workplace accident and maintaining a safe work environment also. So finally, we just to be conclude na, the communication is the backbone of safety. So the safety in engineering workplace, it's depend heavily on how well safety information is shared and understood. So it's clear, timely, and accurate confirmations. It's ensure that hazards are recognized and preventive measures are followed. Example, a well communicated procedures for handling flammable materials, it's prevent the fire accidents in chemical plant. Then safety awareness reduce the accident. When the engineers and workers are aware of potential risk, they are more likely to take the precautions and follow safe practice. So the awareness is the foundation for proactive safety behavior. Example, the awareness about the electronic hazards and the proper grounding techniques, it can prevent the electro questions, it's in electrical maintenance work. So the engineers must lead by example. Engineers are the role model for safe behavior. So by constantly they were following safety procedure by using PPE and reporting hazards, and engineers encourage others to do the same. Then it's a safe communication ensure the safe practice. So the safe practice cannot exist without proper communications. So the written, verbal, visual, or digital communication methods, it's collectively ensure that everyone is informed, understand risk, and act safely. So the clear signage, it's some signage, then alert or SOP in a construction side help the prevent the fall, in other common accident also. So if you say in consolidate, na, effective communication and safety awareness, it's together create a culture where safety become a shared responsibility. It's minimizing accident and protecting the lives. Okay. Okay. This is the time for you. Yes. Please. Any doubts? Otherwise, I can continue for asking the MCQ questions. Just for checking how you just to be listen our classes, okay? Shall we start?
Hi, hi, ma'am.
Hi, Charles, please.
Uh, what about the behavior-based safety for engineers as well? Like you said, it's the responsibility of the
Charles, actually,
yeah. Okay, sorry. Okay, I was asking, like, how about the behavior-based, the like the perception of some of the engineers about the health and safety, like, for example, maybe not engineers who have knowledge in health and safety. So most of the other engineers without knowledge in health and safety, does it mean that they have to go for health and safety training as well? Because without a knowledge in health and safety, they will not really know how to implement or why they are implementing health and safety in the workplace.
yes, Charles. Actually, that's why nowadays the many companies having their proper procedures also. Those who are completing their safety courses, na, then only they are permitting to go for. Shift for the particular site or concern. Okay, for example, if you take that if you take that construction engineers, na, the best example is Singapore government. Yes, if you go for enter for operating any one vehicle, na, they want to be submit before for their proper permit, right? So that much of things the government also want to be concentrate, as well as that management. Yes, the company management also want to be uh, ensure that things, those who are completing their safety courses or the particular workshop, then only they we want to be check, that is audit, safety audit. It is one of the part checking their workers also, not only for checking their checklist on machineries, deficiencies, and taking their continuous equipments, those who are preventing their fire exactions, like that. Not only to checking all the things, is entire site, not only for auditing system. In that auditing system, it is a major part is to check their the capable of persons want to be work, right? Everyone is capable only, because that BE, yes, the bachelor of engineers or master of engineers, BTech or MTech, it is the qualification, but it is not enough to working the particular site. If you work the particular site, that particular site need for some other permit. So that much of standard permit the government as well as that management want to be ensure that person is capable for entering. That's only the many top level companies, I mean many branded level companies, or still they having their given proper inductions programs. In that inductions programs, they are clearly explained all the things, what are the capable, what are the skills, the preventing skills, how much days they want to be, how long days they want to be complete, they are getting their proper permit, everything they complete their proper procedures, they only want to be and they then only they are permit to entering their particular site. So this is not because I'm saying that this is the responsibility, the engineers also the responsibility to take care of their entire team. The same thing, the management having the responsibility to appoint such a responsible engineers to their companies. Yes, another thing is the government also having their responsibility to giving that much of legislations, that labor laws, lot of legislation is there. Yes, OSHA, lot of safety management legislation committee is there. That committees want to be properly to audit for every companies, so then only it's possible. It is that is the government as well as the management responsibility also. This is not only to spoil their particular particular persons, right? It is entirely affected their company's names also. So they want to be, the management want to be ensured that before giving their permit, to check all the qualifications, all the proper training, everything. Okay, Charles?
Oh, okay, ma'am. Because yeah, what you have said is correct. Because most of the time, these engineers, they have a knowledge about their own job, but awareness in safety or how to implement it sometimes is very difficult. Yeah, but
But here he knows that in, especially in the India's, many of the management is not ready giving their proper inductions, because it's appointing date itself, they are starting their targets, everything, right? Another thing is they are not even many companies, they did not check their proper background checking also, because we are providing our certificates, the engineers providing their certificate, that certificates it's true or fake, that is also not to be checked for the may does not check many companies. Because if you go for background checking now, it will take for more than 15 days. So that background checking also, the management want to give some initial amount, another, so lot of things are there, another. So but if you compare that, I'm saying that very good example in that constructions, the Singapore. It's compare the Middle East countries, the Singapore government taking well care about their constructions engineers. I hope that, right?
okay, ma'am. And then one more thing also about the yeah, everything can be there, but resources. You didn't mention resources. Resources is also one of the backbone. Because communication alone is not enough. Inadequate resources will make the whole system very difficult to implement.
Definitely, yes. Another thing is, that it's why the safety management, why the communications interrelated. What is the correlation of communication and safety? Because the communications, right? The communication properly. The training is different, the communication is different. But anyway, it is correlated. Yes, the communication properly given during the training time. Yes, even the communication started in the training itself, not in the site, right? So the proper communications given during the training time, definitely the people want to be understand. Another thing is the communication also having their different nowadays, that if Middle East countries also, if you for example Middle East countries, lot of Tamil people is there, lot of even Malayalis is there, then lot of North Indian is there, but they are having, they are using their different language, right? Because some people understand that English, some people understand their vernacular language only, so that is very difficult. So that's why the communication also just to be splitted many things, right? Not only for written communication, even it's verbal communications, even visual communications, because the communication means we just to be exchange our thoughts, one person to other person. That is not only for language. It's not necessary for language. For example, the best example, if you we just to be travel in the by road na, so automatically we can see one color in front of us, red or something na, red, we can immediately to stop our vehicle. So what is the meaning? The color also just to be speak to us. The colors also give their warning to us, right? The colors to speak. If you see that green na, we automatically we just to be start and travel. So that means the colors just to be speak to us. That is the meaning. So the communication is most important in our engineers. So that's why we are expecting the many engineers during that interview time also, they having their clear communications. The language is next. The communication language having lot of difference is there. Of course, the language help us for clear communication, but language alone not helping for clear communications, because lot of additional, yes, alternatives communications also is there. So the engineers want to be capable, the engineers want to be aware which communication we want to be communicate effectively to their colleagues. Okay, so that are the ethical responsibility of the engineers. Still we are saying that, right? Many of them, if you still not only in India, if you go for some other developed countries also, still the people are choosing one professional na, mainly 50 percentage of people choosing the professional of engineering, right? But the choosing, it's not a matter that engineers professions, they want to be understand their accountability, their responsibility along with their ethical systems. That's it.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, welcome, Charles. Any other questions?
No, that'll be all. Thank you.
Yes. Shall we ask that small MCQ questions? It's a very basic questions. Maybe the even it's even UG students, right? Even the 12th students also, they want to be understand. They want to be answerable for that questions. Just to try it, okay? All, I'm not saying Charles. Please try everyone.
Okay.
Okay. First question, safety is considered a critical responsibility of engineers, because what is the reasons? I'm just giving 4 options. Everyone, the screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
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 So the first option is engineers only focused on productivity. Second, the B option is the engineers are ethically and professionally responsible for people, equipment, and the environment. Then C, the safety is managed only by supervisors. Then
This
safety
B.
applies one. Yes. Please, Charles.
B.
B. Yes, the Nachmal also it's answered through chat box in B. Yes, absolutely.
B.
It's a correct answer, because the safety is considered a critical responsibility of engineers, because the engineers are ethically and professionally responsible for people, equipment, and the environment. Very good. Yes, Francie John also it's answered. Very good. Okay. Second, many industrial accidents occurs mainly due to advanced machinery or natural disaster or communication failure or high production cost.
It's a
C.
communication failure.
Because today our topic is communication, so maybe it's a communication failure. It's a guess or really to understand that concept.
Really.
Oh no, it's
Yeah.
really. In real life workplace.
Really communication.
Okay, fine. Okay, third, which of the following is an example of effective safety communication? Ignoring near miss accident, then conducting regular toolbox talks, then giving instruction only once, or avoiding safety signage.
This one B.
Ignore near miss
Regular
near
toolbox.
incidents.
B.
Yeah.
It's a B, ma'am.
B.
Okay.
No, ignore near
Mahindra
miss
said
incidents.
A.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, near
actually
miss.
correct answer is B.
B.
B. Yes.
Yes.
I don't know why the confusion is happening. Okay. Because the effective safety communication means conducting regular toolbox talks. Yes, not okay. Because ignoring near miss incident or giving instruction only when avoiding safe signage is not like that. It is conducting regular toolbox talks. Okay, that is toolbox talks. I told now it's clearly before starting their work, they want to be clearly explain, brief explanation to their employees. Okay, then fourth, engineers play a key role in preventing hazards by avoiding site visit, delegating all safety work, then communicating risk and ensuring safety procedures, and fourth one is focusing only on design.
It's a C, ma'am. Communication risk
Communicating
and
risk and
ensuring safety
ensure safety
procedures.
procedure. C.
It's a C.
Yes, correct answer is C. Anyone to copy and paste is for chat box or what?
No,
C.
Chat GPT? You are
No, no,
using?
no.
No, no,
No,
no.
no.
no, ma'am.
Shall
No,
I
this is
believe?
real life.
Shall
No,
I
this is
believe
real life
now?
workplace.
Okay, fine, fine. Thank you. Yes, the next one is logout, tagout communication is mainly used to prevent
C.
chemical, sorry,
C. C.
C.
The option is C.
Any other options?
No, ma'am, it's
Actions.
Yes, C only. Accident machines startup. Okay. If you go for second slide, okay, which type of safety communication include SOP and permit? It's a verbal or visual or written
C.
or digital?
Written
Visual
communication.
communication.
Yes, because that SOP it's a printed version. Definitely, it is the written communication. Anyone? Can you speak to me or what? The discussion going on in your side. Okay. Second, next one is personal protective equipment is considered. Yes, the
C.
first line of defense or optional safety equipment or the last line of defense or only
C.
for
C.
supervisors. Yes.
C.
A.
The last sign of
The first
last
line of
line
No,
of
defense.
first line of
C. C.
defense equipment.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you please explain anyone why you are choosing their C?
Actually, C is the last line of defense, and as per the hierarchy of control, PPE is the last resort. You have to start with the elimination, the substitution, the engineering, the administrative before the PPE.
So, okay. What is the first line of defense?
Elimination.
Elimination.
Very good. Very good. Yes. The next, a major barriers to effective safety communication is regular training or clear documentations, then language and literacy issues and feedback systems.
C. C.
C.
Yes.
Regular training.
See, it's a correct answer. Yes, because the major barriers is its language and literacy issues. Because that here the feedback system it's not showing their lackness. Maybe the lack of feedback system now we having little bit confusions. So very clear. The C is language and literacy issues, because that only one option showing their negatives. Remaining threes are it's not in a negatives. Okay. Another thing is emergency communication is most effective when it includes delayed instructions, evacuations procedures, or clear alarms delayed instructions, then clear alarm and evacuation procedures, then informal message or only written notice.
It's B.
Clear
B,
alarm.
B.
Yes,
B,
B is
B.
correct
Like
answer.
question answer പറയണം.
No, it's B, B.
Okay, yes, Sujit and Shanish also answered. Yes, very good. Yes, another thing is the last question is poor shift handover can lead to accident mainly due to excess manpower or missing safety informations or proper documentation or regular inspections.
It's B.
Answer
Proper,
B.
Mistake.
B.
Mistake.
B.
proper documentation.
D. Regular.
B. Missing
No.
Missing safety
C.
information.
I told that previously one example in 8th questions, because it's proper documentations. Yes, here the question is poor shift handover can lead to accident mainly due to
Poor
Proper
documentation.
documentation.
Proper
how
documentation.
it comes to proper documentation. If you hand over proper documentations, how it's leading their accident, right?
Improper. That's improper
Yes,
documentation or
improper means
missing
it's
safety.
okay. That is the thing.
Yes.
Right now, here it's missing safety information is the
Safety.
correct answer.
Correct.
Okay. But anyway, really it's a very, very good attempts. But it's a very basic questions only. But I feel like that these much of questions, every end of the sections, it's lead to at least the students creates little bit curiosity to listen the classes. I don't know. It's just for
That is
trying.
good.
It's
That's
good
good,
now.
sir.
So we can
Yeah,
continue
yeah.
that next week itself.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Any other questions?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ma. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.